evening, North Region, and welcome to the 2016 NTL Review Show. Our first show for the year. I have Burdekin Barras manager Cole Caswell here tonight, who's joining me as co-host. Good to have you, Cole.
Yeah, thank you very much, Brad. That's enjoyable to be here.
And we're about to review the 2016 teams for the comp. So we'll begin with the Western Suburb Magpies. A couple of changes to their roster. Tim Pilcher, of course, is out this year with an ACL injury. We wish him a speedy recovery and look forward to seeing him back on the courts next year. Two new additions to the roster are Michaela Zahirovic and Naomi McKenzie. Cole, your thoughts?
Yeah, well, Michaela will certainly bring strength, and it's another good carry on with the NTL bringing up some of those younger players. And no, looking forward to seeing Michaela take that court.
No worries, and we'll move on to your good old team, Burdekin Barras. What do you have in store for us this year?
Yeah, look, we're similar to a lot of the teams, a larger roster. I think the last couple of years we've seen some of the teams really desperate to get players, so a bigger roster I think is a good thing. Bigger roster of course means it's a bit harder to predict who's going to take on the other players, so in other words the head-to-heads could be a bit more interesting. But for example, we've got Sam Tozer, he's a new Barra, and Emily Burns is coming on board as well. That's just a couple of examples there. And yeah, we've got quite a roster, and yeah, hopeful of another good year.
We are looking forward to that. Now moving on to last year's winners, the solo sprayers Kalinda Chase Cavaliers. Two new players for them being Byron Feliciano and Mitchell Wilson. Your thoughts on Kalinda?
Look, Kalinda, solid as always, and to me anyway, yeah, West and Kalinda to me are good front runners, backed up with Tennis Townsville there as well. But yeah, Kalinda, solid. That's all I'll say about them. They're very solid, and yeah, got a good team spirit there.
Yes. Now, last year's runner-up, the McGrath Tennis Townsville Thunder. Same thing, bolstered their team numbers, a few new players. We've had Karen Richardson, who's transferred from the Magpies from last year, and it seems they've gone with bringing in quite a few players that you haven't heard from a couple of years.
That's right, but look, they've got great depth, Tennis Townsville. Look, Laurel Blucher, she's a great player, known Laurel for a number of years, and of course Kent Montino, Kane Rochford, they're again great players. And the thing with the McGrath Tennis Townsville Thunder team is that again they've got great team spirit as well, so it's amazing what team spirit will do, and yeah, I'm sure that they will cause a couple of upsets along the way, depending on the availability of course with the team.
Yes, that is so true. Now we move to the Northwest Heat. They're probably one of the teams that haven't changed too much from last season, but they have pulled in a few newer players who are probably well known in their regions.
Yes, yeah. Well, Michaela, good to see Michaela Merker play again, another good young player who's been adopted into a franchise, so that's really good for her. It's that next step up for her, and yeah, I'll be pleased to see her on the court as well. An old adversary of mine, Darren Tennant, I see he's making his debut, if you want to call it that, into the franchise, so I'll ensure I have a couple of words to him when I see him next. So yeah, and again, Northwest Heat again, and that's the joy of this comp is the camaraderie within the teams, and Northwest, you know, the Charters Towers Ingham combination, they're good people, good players. So yeah, looking forward to seeing them take
so with Darren taking the court this year, maybe next year we might see Cole Caswell picking up the racket.
You might see him picking up the racket, but possibly not for NTL. But yes, no, it's look, no jokes. All jokes aside, it's great to see some of those other players taking part, and it'll be enjoyable.
And our last but not least is our good old friends from Mackay Magic. They've got a few new players, but also their team's still consistent from last year as well.
That's right. Yeah, like each year you bring your own. It brings its own challenges and also the opportunity to bring in some new players, and that's what Mackay look to have done. And so I'm looking forward to seeing a couple of those players. To be honest, I don't know some of those newer players in there, but Lefty would have done his homework on that, and yeah, I'll look forward to seeing that Mackay team take the court, hopefully this weekend.
Now we'll look forward to this weekend's rubbers. So we've got the Western Suburb Magpies versus Mackay Magic. Your thoughts on that tie?
Well, I suppose, yeah, coming from where I left off that last conversation about Mackay, West to me would be the favourites. My understanding is that they've had a fair bit of training. Again, Mackay, I'm not sure how much training they would have done, but I know that West have been pretty dogged in their training. So I would think they'd be hard to toss if they put forward their best team, and time will tell on that.
Alright, so the next match is the Burdekin Barras versus Northwest Heat. I personally think Barras will get across the line. I think they've easily dealt with Northwest past two seasons. Of course, it all depends on which players you decide to call up, but I feel Barras will take that one home.
Yeah, look, I would possibly think so. I think we're going into that a little bit light, but it's always a good tussle. I think our ladies this weekend will have to perform pretty well for us to get across the line, but time will tell there on that one.
And the last match with the Clinton Chase Cavaliers and the Tennis Townsville Thunder, we did ask our camera operator Hannah Caswell for her thoughts, but her response was no comment.
Yes, that's reasonably consistent. Being a parent, I've struck that one a fair bit. But that's a rematch, isn't it?
Yes, that's the rematch of the final, yes.
So, look, that's again, huge rosters. So it depends on who fronts up. Look, I would go with Kalinda with that one. But again, I wouldn't be surprised with Tennis Townsville to cause a couple of little upsets along the way on that evening.
And well, upsets are the best matches. Keeps everyone involved, and
it keeps people interested moving along the courts, and yeah, hearing about who's doing what, all that sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, that's the wrap up for this weekend done. So we'd like to remind everyone that yes, round one is this Saturday at 6 p.m. at Clinton Chase Regional Tennis Centre.
Hopefully the weather's kind to us. At the moment, where are we? We're at Wednesday evening, and the forecast is pretty average, I suppose you might say. So hopefully the weather's good this weekend for the Clinton Open, which is a great thing as well, but also for the NTL that night. No
doubt Tim will be furiously watching the Bureau's website for updates.
That's right. Yes, looking to the weather gods.
Yes. Thanks again, Cole, for joining us this week.
No, thanks for the invitation, Brad.
No worries. We will see everyone Saturday night, Clinton Chase, 6 p.m.